This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, a well-known artist from our area who now lives in England is coming home for a special event. Find out more next. We are well past the halfway part of our work week. Good job, everyone, and thanks for watching FYI. I'm Ken Kara. Lisa Sugart is hanging around here somewhere. Let's start, as we always do, with headlines from FYI News 13 and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Rush Township police officers on patrol discovered a mobile meth lab yesterday afternoon, and it was near a school playground. This is video and photos courtesy of TamaquaArea.com. The two officers noted the Honda CR-V on a vacant lot along Route 309 in Hometown around 5:45 p.m. The lot is across from a playground and softball fields for the Rush Township Elementary School. Police noticed that all four of the vehicle's windows were partially down. There was a haze inside the vehicle and smog coming from the windows. The fire department was called, and police soon learned that it was a mobile meth lab. The state police clandestine lab response team was called in. Police later located 27-year-old Justin D. Pekoski of Tamaqua, who admitted to parking his vehicle in the lot. He was taken into custody and charged with manufacture of methamphetamine and other drug-related charges. A Hummelstown police officer has been charged with criminal homicide in connection with the fatal shooting of a Hazleton native back on February 2nd. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, the Dauphin County District Attorney filed the charge against Officer Lisa Miracle in the death of 59-year-old David Kasich. The Kasichs grew up in Hazleton, and David's brother still resides here. Police say Miracle noticed expired inspection and emission stickers on Kasich's vehicle. When she attempted to stop it, Kasich fled. He eventually stopped the car and fled on foot. The officer caught and tasered Kasich. He collapsed on the ground. While the taser was recharging, she told him to show his hands. When he did not, she fired once into his back. When he still did not show his hand, she fired a second shot. A video and audio recording made by the taser shows Kasich was lying in the snow with his face toward the ground when both shots were fired. According to the affidavit, nothing can be seen in Kasich's hand, and he does not point anything at the officer. Kasich died at the scene. First it was snow, then rain, and fear of flooding. Now the State Department of Environmental Protection has declared a drought watch for 27 counties, including Luzerne, Schuylkill, and Carbon counties. The watch was triggered by below average groundwater levels. It calls for a voluntary 5% reduction in non-essential water use and puts large water consumers on notice to start planning for potentially reduced water supplies. DEP urged residents in the watch area to reduce their water consumption. The Hazleton Art League is preparing for two major events. Lisa Sugart has the details.
There are always wonderful events happening at the Hazleton Art League, and two very special events are coming up very shortly. The first taking place on Friday, March 27th at 7 p.m. It is an evening with Michael Apicella, and the title of the program is How Hazleton Inspires My Art and Painting, how it inspires his art and painting for Michael Apicella. Mark Rooney is the manager of the Hazleton Art League. This is really exciting because many people are familiar with Michael Apicella, Hazleton native, you told me, now lives in England, very well-known artist, and he writes a lot of articles for our media partner, the Standard Speaker. So he's like a little historian and artist all in one.
Absolutely, yes. That's most of you know Michael as a journalist from reading his article, which is all about Hazleton and the history of Hazleton and growing up here. He teaches for University of Maryland in England now, and he lives with his family there, but he comes back quite frequently. His mother still lives here, and his brother lives nearby. So he's coming in March, and most people know him as a journalist, but he's also an artist. We had an exhibition of his work about a year ago at the gallery, and he does beautiful paintings that are primarily abstract, but with figurative elements. So he's going to talk about Hazleton and growing up in Hazleton, but specifically relate that to his new body of work, his new art, and I'll let him talk specifically about how it has influenced him. That'll be the subject of his talk, and hopefully he'll bring a few works with him, a few of his new works. If not, he'll probably show slides of a few of his works and talk about the artwork and then Hazleton in general and how the two things have worked together in his life.
We often hear artists talking about what their inspiration is in their hometown, how it's influenced them, for major names that we know and that. Well, we have a major name from Hazleton, and he's coming all the way from England to be part of this. So this is a big deal.
Absolutely, yes. We're very excited about it. I'm looking forward to see what he has to say, and also to see his new work, which I've seen online a little bit. But it is exciting, and we're hoping for a big turnout. And we're in the middle of a membership campaign. Of course, membership is the bread and butter of the Hazleton Art League. It keeps the lights on, so we're going to ask for a $5 donation if you're a member, a $10 donation if you're not a member, and membership is only $25 a year. So you save a lot of money on various events and things if you become a member. We will have light refreshments there, and Michael will give a talk about his work, but he'll also be happy to answer any questions you have. So there'll be a question and answer session, and probably a lot of familiar faces, because everybody knows Michael, and they're already asking me when he's coming, so they want to come and see him. It should be a very interesting and exciting evening.
Well, it sounds like it certainly will be. And we want to give you a little preview of another major event coming up, and that is the Art Youth Exhibit, AYE, as it's known, April 17th and 18th, taking place not only at the Art League but throughout the downtown, correct?
Absolutely. On Broad Street, there will be at least a half a dozen or more venues that will be showing art by young people. Everything, from children to, I think the cutoff point is 30, which is not that young, but basically young people's art. It'll be visual art, it'll be music, there'll be entertainment, we'll have jugglers, face painting, a fashion show, which is included every year. This is the 5th annual. It gets bigger and bigger every year, and it's a very exciting event. So yeah, we'll talk more about that in the days to come, but please plan on attending that if you can as well.
All right, and again, those dates are April 17th and 18th, the 5th Annual Art Youth Exhibit, and then Michael Apicella on Friday, March 27th at 7 p.m., both happening at the Hazleton Art League. For more information, you can call Mark at 570-817-1075 or go to hazletonartleague@outlook.com. And as he said, his Facebook page as well keeps everyone up to date. Mark, thank you so much for being here. We hope you have tremendous success on all these activities.
Thank you, Lisa. It was my pleasure. I appreciate your having me today, and everyone please come out. The Art League is a very lively place these days, so I hope to see you there.
Well said.
Lisa wants me to let you know that Standard Speaker Managing Editor Mark Ketcher will be introducing Michael Apicella this Friday evening at 7 p.m. at the Hazleton Art League. This weekend is a major fundraiser for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and the event is so popular I bet you know exactly what I'm talking about, well, at least some of you. It's time once again to bowl for kids' sake. There's still spots open at the Bowl Arena in West Hazleton for bowlers looking to do some good. They have openings at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and 2 p.m. So get a team of 5 together and call 1-800-955-4376. Bowlers get food and refreshments, plus they have a bunch of tricky trays at the event, and who doesn't like a good tricky tray? The event runs from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Well, Dave Seaman, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker, got a haircut. He'll show it off and his sports knowledge during Dave Day later on FYI. And when we come back, Lisa Sugart asks the important question when it comes to a big Chinese auction this weekend. What are the prizes? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Well, if you have a piece of furniture that you're looking to sell, or maybe you're looking to buy, this is the place you want to stop at, and it's right here in Hazleton. We're at the original location of the Shop 2, and What's the Sense? We're with Tamara, and she's going to help us out at this location, right?
Right. This is another week of What's the Sense in consignment, and you walk in here and you're going to see what the sense is. We're in the first original shop that C. Madden and Sons Plumbing and Heating, and we're standing right in the same area, the workshop, where they had all their plumbing supplies and all their toilets and sinks. And it's really interesting how they took this space and they're giving it a second chance. That's why they call it the Shops Too. It was to give it the second chance.
Yeah. I love the tools. Even they said when their dad passed away, they left the tools exactly like they found them.
They were. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But there's a lot of cool stuff in here. They're actually here 5 years. April is their 5th year here. Now, they do have the other, down on Broad Street, they have the other location, but this is the first time I'm actually in this one, and I'm in love with it here.
What are some of the items that they can find here?
There's, oh my gosh, they have everything. They have old types of, like this wagon wheel, I love. They have all kinds of like knick-knacky stuff. They even have over on the other side 2 mink coats that maybe
That
we
we
should
should be wearing.
Well, it's spring now. Maybe we don't need to wear them. But there's pictures. There's every type of picture and different type of traditional. Yeah, all kinds of different stuff. So you need to stop up and you need to check it out.
So here at the shop too, the way it works is consignment. So they are very particular about the stuff that they take in,
Right.
but they actually split 50-50 when you come in, right?
Right, and she did say she has over 500 consigners between both shops. So even if you want to sell something, and I don't think it has to be in perfect, like
Right.
we can reupholster it. We could just the art of the piece sometimes. You know, if you have a little bit of vision, and I'm going to have a lot of workshops coming up, so. Just come up here. Look at this. We did the vinyl records, and look at that cool vinyl record player there. So just stop up here, check it out, and she does have layaway, so you can lay away.
Yeah, and do not wait because all of the items that we've had on this segment so far, they're sold.
They're gone. Yep, gone. I don't even. There's 2 pieces in here that I love. I don't even want to show.
All right, next week, what are we going to talk about?
Repurposing.
Okay.
We're going to look at some stuff over there, and we're going to show you some ways to repurpose it.
All right, so join us every Wednesday right here on What's the Sense?
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Here's a shot from just off the Stockton Road. This is part of Greater Hazelton Rails to Trails, and I thought it was very peaceful for the 4 minutes I was there. I have to spend more time at Rails to Trails when it gets warmer. When will that be? Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight there's a chance of showers, mainly between 8 p.m. and 3 a.m. Our low will be 37 degrees. To the extended forecast now, showers are likely on Thursday, but guess what? It will be warmer. Thunderstorms are possible after 3 p.m., a cloudy day with the high near 54 degrees. Thursday night, rain showers are likely before 3 a.m. Some thunder is also possible, cloudy with a low around 34. Little or no snow accumulation is expected. Friday, rain and snow showers likely mainly before 9 a.m., mostly cloudy, high of 40. Friday night, slight chance of rain and snow showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 26. On Saturday, it will be mostly sunny. We'll get up to 36 degrees. At night, it will be clear and cool with a low around 25. For Palm Sunday, sunny with a high near 43. Sunday night, there is a chance of flurries, mostly cloudy with a low around 33 degrees. Well, tonight's weather is brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency. They have 2 locations to serve you. One location is in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue, and the other one is in Nescapec on Broad Street. You can call them in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescapec at 570-752-7683.
This Sunday marks the annual Chinese auction that will benefit the Carbon Tamaqua unit of the American Cancer Society. And I'm here with Jessica Kutza, who is the auction co-chair along with her mom. Thank you so much for coming here today to tell us about this big event. This auction raises a lot of money for the American Cancer Society. So how important is it?
It's very important. It is our largest single-day fundraiser. So we really rely on this to give the funds to the telethon.
Now, what preparations were needed? You had to get a lot of things together for this big event.
This is a very big event. My mom and I start planning it in November, so it's reaching out to local businesses, to local volunteers, trying to get the items, and just trying to make sure everything runs smoothly, and we'll be ready for Sunday.
Now, speaking of Sunday and the items, we want to tempt them all with all the great things that you're going to be having, that they can come in and hopefully win. So tell us about some of the big prizes that will be there.
Well, we have over 500 items. We have everything from gift certificates and theme baskets, and we have some of our bigger items, $1,000 cash, a 50-inch TV, a Kindle, a laptop. We have Disney park hopper passes, $100 gift cards to Lowe's, $100 gas cards, so lots of great prizes.
Wow, some really great prizes for sure. Now, where is this all happening and when? And do they get tickets in advance or there?
Well, it'll be at Lakeside Ballroom. It's off of Route 54 in Barnesville. Doors open at 11:30 a.m. and we start pulling the tickets at 2:30. You can buy tickets, the regular Chinese auction tickets are available the day of, but for the big prizes, you can purchase those in advance. We have them at local businesses, or you could give us a call. Our phone number is 570-645-4228.
All righty. So now this benefits the Carbon Tamaqua unit and the telethon that is coming up. So that's just around the corner. When's that happening?
The telethon will be April 11th and 12th, and it'll be at Penns Peak and Jim Thorpe.
So this is a major fundraiser to help out the telethon. And why is it so important for you and your mom to be involved with this every year? Because you told me 10 years you guys have been helping with this.
Everyone has been affected by cancer. Somehow it has touched their lives. So we are working to raise money because we hope to one day find a cure for this devastating disease.
Very nicely said. Well, we hope that you will all come out. That is taking place this Sunday, the Chinese auction at the Lakeside Ballroom, Route 54 in Barnesville. Again, as Jessica said, the doors open 11:30 a.m., browse till 2:30. Big prizes up for grabs. And if you want to win something fantastic, we hope you'll come out. And remember, it's all for the American Cancer Society.
Thank you, Lisa. If you love tricky trays, this is your weekend, so get ready. All right, before we go to break, here are your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Pick 2, 40, pick 3, 722, pick 4, 9524, and pick 5, 27331. Dave Day is coming up, but first, this message from Kreitzer Sanitation. Mike Walborn from Kreitzer Sanitation is here with us once again on FYI. And today we're going to talk about single stream recycling. You mentioned it on our first segment. And just to reiterate, what is it one more time if people missed the first segment?
Single stream recycling, it's a form of recycling collection that allows us, the collector, to pick up the consumer's recyclables all mixed together. There used to be a commingle situation. You'd have to separate cardboard, you'd have to separate newspapers and separate plastics and different piles, and then you'd have to separate them in the truck. Well, that goes away. We collect them all, we take them back to our facility, we compile them into a big pile, load them on a walking floor trailer, and take them to one of the local processors, if you will, that have the big MRF systems. The first one being the Northeast Recycling out of Wilkes-Barre, and then there's another local one down by us called Kugel's Recycling. We take a little bit down with them, so we have a couple of relationships going.
Well, that's interesting, too. How do you know if people are recycling more through this program? I mean, it has to be easier for the consumer.
It is. We've seen a large spike in it. Down in the Schuylkill County area where the company's based, we introduced it, and it's been growing and growing and growing. A lot of people are reluctant to it if they haven't done it first because, change is always a little sketchy at first. But once they're doing it, they're finding their garbage is decreasing significantly. And because almost everything, I shouldn't say that, but except for food waste, in some way, shape, or form is recyclable. So people are really starting to jump on board with it and find out, there's not as much garbage anymore. So it's working out.
Why is recycling important on your end of the industry, too? I mean, obviously for the earth, and that has its benefits, but how does it benefit maybe you guys? And is it just the way to give back as well?
Well, it opens up some more doors for us. Like I said, we made some relationships with some of the processors, if you will, and it keeps more material from going to landfill. And in doing so, it gives back to the community. The consumer knows that once they're taking the time to separate the garbage and the recyclables, that it goes to an end product that can come back to them. So, and the number one goal is to try to keep the landfills keep as much as we can out of landfill, if you will. So it's helping.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Welcome to another Dave Day here on the Sportscast. Dave Seaman, the sports editor at the Standard Speaker, is with us once again. And Dave, let's start locally. We were discussing Bob Rock, as we sometimes do before we go on set here, working here at SSPTV, and how he was instrumental in bringing Chuck Bednarik to the area a few years ago when there was an event down at St. John Bosco's church. What an opportunity that was to sit down and talk with that football legend. I remember talking to him about how tough the game is now and does he see football surviving, and it was just one of my favorite interviews I ever got to do.
Yeah, Chuck Bednarik loved coming to the area. He's from Bethlehem, so he had a lot of connections, a lot of people related to him, a lot of Eagles fans in the area, a lot of old-time Eagles fans remember Chuck Bednarik as the last two-way player. And if you ask Chuck Bednarik, he was a three-way player because he also played special teams too. And he took great pride in that he was able to play in a lot of games. And like you, I had a great opportunity to interview him, and it was one of the best interviews I ever did. And it was just kept you riveted throughout the whole interview, and it's something I'll always treasure. And I think the sports world and Pennsylvania have lost a legend, a true legend.
It was neat because he enjoyed it almost, taking the time to tell the stories he had. I think I remember one about him climbing into one of the stadiums down there in the Bethlehem area to get in with him and his friends to play some football. So always love the game. And even more locally, getting ready for baseball and everything else around here, softball, players just waiting to get out there on the field. You'll have your spring sports preview out next week for the Standard Speaker.
Yes, that'll be out next Friday. The guys and girl, Kelly and our sports staff, Eric, Steve, myself, we're all busy preparing our stories, baseball, softball, track, tennis, volleyball, you name it, lacrosse. Kelly will have a feature on the lacrosse team starting in Hazleton area this year. So a little bit for everybody.
That will be exciting. NCAA tournament has been exciting so far. And Dave, if I could change one thing out west, I had Villanova and Providence in my regional final. So yeah, big mistake there. And I've been very impressed with Gonzaga. I think they have a chance maybe to go all the way, go to the national championship game. What have you been impressed with so far?
Gonzaga is one of the teams I'm impressed with, but I was impressed with Villanova in the first round too. Gonzaga has been building every year. Everybody says this is the year, this is the year. I think they're a little bit deeper than they've been in the past. They're big and they're balanced, but again, they have to go through Duke if they want to get through the South region and compete for the national championship. And also the big roadblock out there is Kentucky. Kentucky's still going to be the team until somebody knocks them off. Can it be this weekend? I don't think so, but that's why they play the game.
Dave, we always appreciate you coming in Providence. Thanks for nothing. All right, that's it for Dave Day this week. We'll see you again next week. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95, plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Surviving Together, the American Cancer Society Greater Hazleton Unit Support Group is holding its first meeting of the year, Thursday, April 9th at 6 p.m. at Perkins Family Restaurant. The topic will be peripheral neuropathy, and all patients and families are encouraged to attend. For more information, just call 570-454-4598. And finally, Hazleton Trinity Lutheran Church, located at 100 North Church Street, will be holding a Good Friday crab cake sale on April 3rd. Pickup will be available from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., and the deadline to order is Friday, March 27th. For more information or to place your order, just call 570-454-3492, extension 49410. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Anthony Gambardella of Hazleton. Friends may call Friday from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Fierro Funeral Home. Margaret Lucky, formerly of Hazleton. Funeral services Friday at 11 a.m. from the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Donna Marie Schieffer of Pardeesville. Funeral is Thursday at 9:30 a.m. from the Fierro Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Chelsea N. Michalesco of Freeland. Services are Saturday at 11 a.m. at the McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 2 to 4 and 7 to 9 p.m. and also Saturday from 9:30 to 11 a.m. And Eleanor Paler of Middlesex, New Jersey. Mass is Friday at 9:30 a.m. at the Our Lady of Mount Virgin Parish. Friends may call Thursday from 2 to 4 and 7 to 9 p.m. and also Friday from 8:15 to 8:45 a.m. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Andy Kennitz of Ashland. Andy, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Tomorrow, the madness continues with the NCAA tournament. Right around halftime of game number 1, I believe, FYI will be on, so spend halftime with us. All right, that's it. Take it easy, everyone.